Am I the asshole for defending my sister's right to keep her baby's name secret until after the birth? My little sister is pregnant with her first baby, and our family of parents, other siblings and even aunts and uncles are all going crazy wondering what name she's going to give her little one. My sister has been asked and she has made it clear the name is not going to be known by anyone but her and her husband until after their baby is here. We all know she's having a girl and our family have some very strong ideas about names. I think one of the reasons she's so quiet about her choice is because our family tried to get me to change the names of my 3 children and they were rude about my children's names: Piper, Rowan and Sky. My family prefers classic, royal family names. My kids do not have those kinds of names. The fact my husband and I announced the names before the birth really went badly for us. We were both sick of it each time. But we'd forget ourselves with the excitement of each pregnancy and we'd announce because we loved the names. Of course my family never put anything negative online because the reaction there was very positive. I have an idea of what my future niece's name will be. Well, I have 2 actually, and neither name is something my family would approve of. It makes me significant other proud that my sister learned from me and decided to keep quiet on the name. Our family keeps shit talking about it though, and they're also trying to make her give in. They say she must have some horrible name picked out and doesn't want to be told they need to change it. Or they're under the belief she has chosen the name of someone they dislike. But I think the former is the more popular thought amongst the family. I have defended my sister each and every time the rest of the family starts this shit. I told them she and her husband have every right to wait to announce the names, that most people wait and it makes sense given their, my family's, reaction previously. This became a fight with my parents who told me they have every right to know beforehand. I said they don't. Only the parents of the child have that right and not all babies get named beforehand anyway. They told me it wasn't my business anyway and I returned that it's also none of theirs. They are the ones trying to go against my sister and Bill's wishes. I told them my sister has the right idea and they need to accept it and stop before they push her away or have limited info about their new granddaughter. They told me I was being crazy and acting like they were doing something wrong, which they are not, in their mind. They told me I'd better not have been a bad influence on her with names. I rolled my eyes. They got so mad at me that they told me I owed the family an apology for how I have been treating them. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. My kids do not have those kinds of names. The fact my husband and I announced the names before the birth really went badly for us. We were both sick of it each time. But we'd forget ourselves with the excitement of each pregnancy and we'd announce because we loved the names. Of course my family never put anything negative online because the reaction there was very positive. Your sister and brother-in-law are absolutely in their right to keep the name a secret. They did learn from what your parents put you and Hubs through. Good for them. Not the asshole. Grandparents injecting themselves into picking the name if they weren't explicitly asked about is extremely insensitive and intrusive. Not the asshole, it's your sister's baby's name. It's not your secret to tell, so definitely, not the A. Not the asshole. It's your sister's baby and her choice. Also, why are they going crazy? Do they want to know so they can buy the child a gift or something? Not the asshole, but, for your peace of mind, stop engaging. Let them throw a tantrum if they want, they will achieve nothing. Besides, placing boundaries is about what you do. Don't tell them, stop doing this. Say, if you do mention this, the conversation, visit is over. Perhaps having real consequences will drive the point home. Or not. But you won't have to get a headache. Oop should tell parents that the name is Apple One Disa or something else made up, and just sit back for the fireworks. Am I the asshole for wanting 24 hours to myself? I'm an almost 40-year-old wife and mom that's been taking care of people for over 20 years. Not just my kids and husband either. I've been a caregiver to multiple grandparents and family friends as well, and I was the designated babysitter of all my cousins when I was a teenager. I'm beyond burnt out and need a day where the only person I have to take care of is myself. Ideally, I'd like to book a 24-hour hotel stay with a king-size bed, a jacuzzi tub, and delicious room service. I want to sleep as much as I want, eat whatever I want, soak in the tub until I'm pruny, and watch whatever I want on TV. I don't feel like that's too much to ask, but my family is making me feel guilty about it. Am I the asshole for wanting 24 hours to myself? Info. What reasons are your family giving on why this is a bad idea in their opinion? Not the asshole. Everyone needs a break from their daily life every now and then. Without said break, it can affect you both physically and mentally. That said, why only 24 hours? Take a few days or a week at least. Not the asshole. Everyone needs this. People who have done less than you need this. If your husband can't function without you taking care of their every little need for one f***ing day, then that means you need this even more. Just go. For a long weekend, not 24 hours. This is so very little to reward yourself for decades of work. Your family should be ashamed of themselves. A few days on their own might make them more appreciative of all you do. And absolutely not put up with them leaving the house a disaster for you to fix when you get back. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Caregiving is exhausting. Being a parent is exhausting. You deserve time to yourself. Hubby and I only have one toddler, and we're each taking a weekend with friends this summer, because it's significant other important for mental health to get a break like that. Also, my girl's weekend is going to be exactly what you described. No planning, no thinking, no cooking, just relaxing. The mental load is crazy when you have a family. Not the asshole. Your husband is a capable adult. You mentioned in a comment that your kid is 18. Not only you should take 24 hours off and enjoy being waited on and able to sleep as much as you need, but then you need to go home and start delegating things. You mentioned that the main concern of the hubby and the 18 years old is you won't cook, drive your kid around and walk the dog. It is absolutely normal to ask your husband to drive your kid to school, practice once a week and pick up dinner on the way home. 18 is plenty old to walk the family dog sometimes. Am I the asshole for correcting my friend's stepdaughter-to-be? I, 55F, met my friend's stepdaughter-to-be, 14, yesterday. I introduced myself and told her it was nice to meet her. I had heard she was amazing by multiple people and I was looking forward to meeting her. She ignored me and didn't answer. I thought maybe she didn't hear me, so I repeated. She put in earbuds to emphasize she's ignoring me and she walked off. She's deliberately being rude and apparently doesn't care to meet me. Not my future stepdaughter, she doesn't have to like me, her choice. I chose not to be part of the drama and left it be. We all went out to dinner as planned. There were 9 of us total and I unfortunately ended up seated next to her at the table. Wonderful dinner aside from her ignoring everyone equally. Anyway, I asked her to please pass the ketchup when she was done using it. She ignored me and said it just out of my reach after she used it. I asked again, no reaction. So I reached over her to get it. She started yelling at me for getting in her personal space. I told her that I'd asked her twice and she had ignored me both times. I'd kind of had it at that point. I then added that next time to simply pass the ketchup or don't be upset when someone reaches for it. She went into complete meltdown mode. Now apparently to some, I'm the bad guy here as she's a child. A few others thought I handled it well. So am I the asshole here or is my friend's future stepdaughter a mess? I'm literally posting on Am I the Asshole over a ketchup incident. If you were wondering, she is not on the spectrum, I am. Why I'm asking? Thank you. Edit for clarification. I wasn't clear about the 9 of us that were out to dinner. It was a combination of adults and teenagers. Adults at one table, teens at connecting table. Adults sat first, kids filled in. She was the last seated. Not the asshole. She is choosing to be disrespectful for sure and obviously she is used to getting away with it. What did your friend say, do? If the SD acts like this towards her too, that marriage is doomed before it stars. AITA. Ketchup denial is a serious gateway condiment issue. Expect it to escalate to mustard next. Not the asshole. What is her problem with you? She seems like a brat. She may be a teenager, but her behavior was deliberately rude even by teen standards. It sounds, as you wrote it, like you spoke to her in a reasonable way, and the content of your message to her sounds very factual and fair. 14 is old enough to hear factual feedback about bad manners and behavior. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Appears nobody taught her manners. PPL have personal shit to deal with all stages of life. Doesn't give anybody a magic pass to be rude. Even at 14. She knows better, just hasn't been held accountable. Not the asshole. The girl acted like she had no social skills. So you were just trying to tell her what is the right thing to do. You did not tell her the obvious about how rude she was being. Am I the asshole told my wife to be careful of foil in microwave? Yesterday we had barbecue delivered for dinner. The delivery took a lot longer than usual and the food arrived a bit cold. My wife grabbed hers and went to microwave it. As she was going by me, I noticed foil under the wax paper and said, "Hey, watch out, there is foil in there." Edit. This was at the table. She had not yet made it to the kitchen. I said it as I noticed it and had sincere intentions, just trying to make sure she had noticed it. She feels like I was belittling her and degrading, making her feel like I didn't think she was smart enough to use the microwave safely. Not at all my intentions, and I feel bad about that, but my intentions do not change the way that she feels. Am I an a-hole here? Not the asshole, your wife is being ridiculous. Tell her to grow up. I said it as I noticed it and had sincere intentions, just trying to make sure she had noticed it. She feels like I was belittling her and degrading, making her feel like I didn't think she was smart enough to use the microwave safely. Based purely on the evidence presented, not the asshole. But this feels like a straw that broke the camel's back for your wife. I'm going to guess that if you asked your wife, she could present a laundry list of times she has felt this way. This isn't about that. Do you correct her about a lot of things? Your wife's reaction to your comment is a sign of larger, underlying things you need to work through as a couple. It has nothing to do with foil. Yep, I can totally understand. My husband also says stuff that sounds like he thinks I am an imbecile and devoid of any reason. Chances are she knows full well there is foil in there. There has to be in barbecue, or it soaks through the box. Just last night my husband said something and I said, "Yup, I'm stupid." As a woman whose husband regularly does this sort of thing, it is super annoying. Use your power sparingly.